Hi and welcome back to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well to continue our look at the Benjamin Mendy Lewis Sahart Matturie trial. We're up to day 46 at Chester Crown Court. It's the 1st of December 2022, so please join me as we look back at what's been happening today. Please, if you are new to the channel, it's everything Manchester City, of course, past, present, forever, and stuff like this, which is obviously involves Manchester City and an ex-player now. I believe his contract has finished, so but still a great interest to fans and non-fans of Manchester City, of course. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. It's great to have you on board. Spread the word, and of course, if you do get a little chance just to press that little like button, it's been much appreciated by me. Simple as that. To summarise on this one, Mr. Mendy is accused of 7 counts of rape against 4 women, 1 count of attempted rape and 1 count of sexual assault. The offence is alleged to have taken place at his Cheshire mansion between 2018 and August 2021. October 2018, my apologies, and August 2021, related to 7 women in total. Mr. Matturie from Eccles, Salford, is accused of 6 counts of rape and 3 counts of sexual assault related to 7 women. As ever, Judge Stephen Everett resides at Chester Crown Court, and my thanks as ever again to the Manchester Evening News Timeline, and up to lunch anyway, we have Rebecca Day as their court reporter. All things started at 11:30 a.m. Judge Stephen Everett resumed summing up the evidence given by woman 4 who accuses Mr. Mendy of raping her in July 2021. Jurors are reminded that footage showed the woman dancing near to Mr. Mendy in a nightclub just hours after the alleged rape. The video also showed the woman with her arms around Mr. Mendy's neck, the judge says. Under cross-examination from Mr. Mendy's defence barrister, woman 4 said she was very drunk at the time and had been dancing with everybody, jurors hear. The judge goes through the routes of verdicts the jury will consider for this count. Their first question will be, are we sure Benjamin Mendy intentionally penetrated the vagina of woman 4? The judge says that if the answer is yes, the second question is, are you sure that woman 4 did not consent? Jurors are told that if the answer is no, the verdict would be not guilty. If the answer is yes, the third question would be, are you sure that Benjamin Mendy did not reasonably believe that woman 4 consented? If they are not sure, the verdict will be not guilty. If they are sure, the verdict will be guilty, the judge says. The court took a short break and then resumed. The judge continued the summing up, and he summed up the evidence related to woman 6 who accuses Mr. Mendy of raping her at his home in July 2021. Prosecutors alleged that the woman woke up in a bedroom to find Mr. Mendy having sex with her, juries are reminded. It is claimed that the woman told Mr. Mendy she was on her period and he stopped and left the room, the judge says. After that, they both effectively pretended it did not happen. The judge says Mr. Mendy's defence case is that the sex was consensual and that he and woman 6 had previously had consensual sex on a separate occasion. Reminding the jury of woman 6's evidence, the judge says she told the court that she and a friend went to Mr. Mendy's home after visiting a nightclub in Manchester city centre. She said she fell asleep upstairs on her own and woke up to find Ben on top of me. Woman 6 alleged that Mr. Mendy was having sex with her and she told him, "No, I'm on my period." The woman told the court that she and her friend left the house the following afternoon, the judge says. And at 1:20 p.m, the trial was adjourned for lunch, and it will hopefully, because these things do seem to be getting delayed a lot, continue at 2 p.m. At 2:30 p.m, they were back in court. The jury returned, and Judge Everett continued to sum up the evidence relating to the alleged rape of woman 6 by Benjamin Mendy. Jurors are reminded about evidence presented by Mr. Mendy's defence team that showed the woman had returned to Mr. Mendy's home the day after she was allegedly raped. The judge says the woman told the court she had not mentioned this previously as she had blocked it out. He reminds jurors of evidence that woman 6 had returned to Mr. Mendy's home on several other occasions after the alleged offence. Jurors are now being reminded of evidence related to woman 5 who accuses Lewis Sahart Matturie of sexually assaulting her in July 2021. Prosecutors alleged that the woman was at a party at Mr. Mendy's home when Mr. Matturie approached her and told her it was her turn to go to the shop with him. The woman says she made excuse after excuse not to go, but Mr. Matturie insisted, so she eventually went despite the fact that she did not feel comfortable. As they returned to the house, prosecutors alleged that Mr. Matturie sexually assaulted woman 5 by pulling her towards him and putting his hand on her thigh and attempting to kiss her. There was an unseemly struggle with her trying to pull away from him, doing this for about 5 minutes, the judge says. After pulling onto the driveway of Mr. Mendy's home, it's alleged that Mr. Matturie again tried to kiss the woman, but she pulled away, jurors are told. Jurors are told that Mr. Matturie's case is that he has no recollection of any interaction with woman 5 and he denies sexually assaulting her. It's his case that she went back into Mr. Mendy's house without any complaint being made and did not leave the party and did not complain until the following January, adds Judge Everett. Following a short break, the judge is taking the jury through the route to verdict they must consider for this count. The first question will be, are we sure Louis Matturie intentionally kissed and touched woman 5? The judge says if the answer is yes. The second question is, are we sure that such touching was sexual? Jurors are told that if the answer is no, the verdict will be not guilty. If the answer is yes, the third question will be, are you sure that woman 5 did not consent to that touching? If the answer is yes, the fourth question will be, are we sure that Louis Matturie did not reasonably believe that woman 5 consented to that touching? If they are not sure, the verdict will be not guilty. If they are sure, the verdict will be guilty. The jury is now being reminded of the evidence relating to woman 13 who accuses Mr. Matturie of raping her sometime between July and August 2012. The judge says the prosecution case is that Mr. Matturie raped woman 13 after going on a date to Nando's in Manchester with her. Following the meal, the woman said she went back to Mr. Matturie's flat with him, jurors are told. The jury is reminded of the woman's claims that they began kissing while sitting on a bed before Mr. Matturie exposed his penis. Or even though she said no to sex, he expected her to do it and she complied, the judge says. The defendant's case is that although he accepts he knew woman 13, he cannot remember the evening in question, says Judge Everett. He adds that while Mr. Matturie does not dispute that the evening occurred, his case is that any sex was consensual. And the trial was adjourned until tomorrow morning, so I'll be back on Friday, the 2nd of December, with more updates. Leave us your comments, it'd be great to hear from you. Until we meet again, please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.